here's Amari Cooper not talking about draft day or the fact that the Browns, they traded up to get the number 1 overall pick and they had no idea who they were going to take or something like that. That does sound like something the Browns would have done in past years. Here's Cooper talking about the guy that the Browns traded a lot and paid a lot to get, his new quarterback, Deshaun Watson.
I was extremely happy. The thing is, there's a huge time difference. Like, I think when it happened here, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know the time because I wasn't here, but maybe it was like 2 o'clock or something, and it was like 12 there, so I was kind of asleep. And I woke up, just saw a whole bunch of text messages and stuff like that. Guys were like, "Man, you lucky." Some of my former teammates, and I was like, "What?" And then I checked social media, the news, and then I found out the information. So it was cool. I was happy about it.
That was kind of weird. I'm thinking,
You
what was
lucky?
he, in Australia? There's a huge time difference. He was 2 hours away. It's noon. Wake up. What are you doing, Amari Cooper? But, yeah, I mean, hey, it's great. He gets Deshaun Watson now. He goes from the Cowboys and Dak Prescott to the Browns and Deshaun Watson. It did work out well for him.
It definitely did. I mean, and you go to a place where you know, like, you're going to be the number 1 guy, where in the other place it was like shifting towards CeeDee Lamb as being the number 1 guy. So it is. It's a perfect match. The team needed him. I think it's a perfect spot for him and Deshaun Watson. Amari Cooper can play, and he can do it all, like we've discussed before. I mean, he's a guy that can be awesome, like really intricate, detailed, perfect routes. He's one of the best route runners in the game. And, he's rare that he has that and then the ability to take a slant 70 yards to the house. There's not a lot of guys in the league that are like that. So it should be an awesome fit with him and Deshaun Watson there.
Charles Robinson from Yahoo made an observation on Twitter that I noticed this morning, and it got me to stop and think. When you consider what the receiver market has become in recent weeks, are the Browns believing they got one of the best deals ever to acquire that contract? $20 million Cooper was due to make this year, and they've moved some of the money around. But the bottom line is the Cowboys wanted to get rid of a contract that was paying Cooper $20. The Browns got him for a steal because they took on that contract at the time when the Cowboys were going to cut him. I wonder if in hindsight, the Cowboys are thinking, we should have found a way to make that work. If guys are getting up near $30 million a year at the top of the market, we should have found a way to make it work for one more year at 20.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy to just let him go. I mean, Michael Gallup, right, coming off of an injury, you got him. They lost Cedric Wilson in free agency to where, but the Cowboys, I mean, as we discussed at the time, and just a lot of issues with the salary cap, and they got a lot of holes to fill in their team too. I know they were good last year, but there's still some real issues there. So I think it was just one where they couldn't swallow it. They couldn't deal with this right now, and I think that's why they made the move. But you're right, it's some deal now. And the way you look at the current market, wow, it's a steal for the Browns as far as money's concerned.
A year ago they had OBJ and Jarvis Landry and Austin Hooper, and they've undergone major surgery on their receiving core. Where do we put their receiving core in relation to others now that they've got Amari Cooper? They're making the commitment, at least short term, to David Njoku. What do we think? Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to be the top option with Amari Cooper. You almost wonder what else they've got up their sleeve. There's no way they could make a run at Deebo Samuel because they gave up too much to get Deshaun Watson. But you just wonder what else they may have going on as they try to get the weapons around Deshaun Watson that he needs.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, first few rounds of the draft, I would think that could be a possibility to add to the room. Jarvis Landry still sitting out there like we've talked about. Maybe, did they bring him back? I don't know. The room itself, Njoku has big-time talent, and I think is about to jump on the scene as one of the better tight ends in all of football. Donovan Peoples-Jones, he's bigger, more of a possession-type receiver, but we saw he can stretch a field a little bit. And then they got, Schwartz, who can really fly as well. So even as it stands right now, you don't look at it and go, oh, wow, they're in deep trouble. But, you'd probably like them to add one more guy. They got Jakeem Grant, right? That was nice. I think he'll fit really well. Jitterbug, slot, weapon type of guy. But, yeah, I would think they're looking for at least one more guy to round out that room there.
Schwartz in Cleveland. Got to be careful. You don't want Schwartz teaching anyone who lives on Cleveland Street any bad words.
May the Schwartz be with you.
No, that's a different movie altogether from about the same time frame. But remember when Ralphie blamed it on Schwartz when he dropped the F-bomb when the lug nuts went flying and Schwartz got the crap beat out of him by his mom?
I don't. Wait, well, yeah.
It was Schwartz.
That was Schwartz. Gotcha.
That was yeah, Ralphie had the soap in his mouth and he finked on Schwartz and you hear Schwartz say, "What'd I do? What'd I do?" His mom was beating on him for teaching Ralphie the F word, even though he didn't. He learned it from his father, something that your child can relate to.
Yes, no doubt. And I can relate to because I learned it from my father.
Your child cannot blame knowing the F word on Schwartz or anyone else in the neighborhood. I learned it from Dad.
Oh, I know. It is. You should hear my dad. You should hear Big Phil with Little Phil. Because Little Phil, I do give him the green light to swear a little bit around the house. So we could be out in the driveway and my dad's there and he misses a shot and he'll say, "Oh, S-H-I." And my dad will go, What? Don't swear around me, Philip. And then we'll go inside and 5 minutes later we'll be playing cards and Dad will get dealt a bad hand and he'll lay out look at this, crappy hand and all that. Right. I know. Yeah, Dad, good example setter there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.